it's Kelly here with another lawnfawn video, and today we're going to be introducing our new die, Stitched Cupcake. This die is so cute and so much fun, so let's go ahead and check it out. This die set comes with a ton of pieces that you can mix and match to create super cute cupcakes. It has 4 different styles of smiley faces, and you can lie the smiley face right onto the die cut, hold it in place with some low-tack tape, here I use some post-it note tape, run it through the die cut machine, and that's going to give you this super cute little smiley face on your cute cupcake. We also have a die that cuts out the little rosy cheeks, so you can line that up right underneath the eyeballs, just like that, run it through the die cut machine, and now you have some little rosy cheeks, and you can lay some colored cardstock behind it to fill those in, and it's going to look absolutely adorable. This curved die in the set is actually a way to create a little opening at the top of your cupcake so that you can drop a candle in or one of the strawberries as well. We have 2 different styles of cupcake there, a plain cupcake and then one with a ton of frosting. I also like to layer those 2 together. I love this adorable little party hat and the candle, and so we've got all of these die cuts that you can layer to create this really cool dimensional look and easily add a bunch of color to die cuts. The flame of the candle has 2 pieces, so you can layer them and kind of have a darker orange in the bottom and then the lighter orange to yellow at the top, and then you can attach that right to the top of the candle. And then here you'll see how we can drop that candle right into that slit that we cut with that curved die that's included in the set. So it just pops right into the cupcake, which is so super cute. And there's a fun cupcake with that little party hat. I think the party hat looks really fun with the smiley faces in the set. And then we also have this adorable little strawberry. So we've got the solid piece that layers behind and fills in the seeds, and then we have the little green part of the top of the strawberry, and that's a really cute look too. The frosting cuts those little detail lines already in the die for you. They're great for a little detail, but they're also great for tucking things in as well. So you could add the strawberry or the candle into that little slit on the frosting. I also love the idea of adding a little heart in one of the little cupcakes. I think it's really cute. And then here you can see a cupcake with a little smile and that fun little party hat. We're going to be creating 2 cards today, and first up, we're recreating a card by Megan, so thank you so much, Megan. And we're going to be using one of my favorite backdrop dies, and that's the quilted backdrop, and we've die cut that from some mermaid cardstock, and we're going to layer some peacock cardstock behind it. So I'm going to use the glue tube to add some liquid glue, and then we'll layer that onto the peacock cardstock. And I love the tone-on-tone look it gives. I love seeing that color pop through the holes that's in the quilted backdrop. So now that we have this piece all cut, we're going to work on some other die cutting here. So here we have a stitched scalloped square frame, and we're going to die cut that from some white cardstock. I want to trim down some pattern paper for behind this frame, so I'm going to use my awesome Beyond Measure ruler to measure that, and because all of the tick marks have a number by them, I don't even need to count them out. It's just quick and easy, and I went ahead and trimmed down 2 square pieces of vellum and also some spring fling pattern paper. So I'm going to add some liquid glue all along the little outside edges of this square and then layer my piece of vellum on there. I don't need to worry about the glue showing through because that's going to be covered up with my frame later. Next, we're going to be doing the only kind of baking that I can do successfully, and that's die cut baking. So I've cut the frosting there out of some Ballet Slippers cardstock and the little bottom of the cupcake out of some pixie dust sparkle cardstock. And then the actual cake part has been cut from some ground coffee, and I really love that dark chocolate. So we're going to add a little liquid glue right to the top and then layer that dark chocolate cupcake on. And then now we can take the frosting and layer that on top. So I love that you can use these pieces on their own, or you can layer them for a really cool look. Next, we're going to start working on the strawberries for these cards, and I love these strawberry die cuts. I can't wait to use them on a card just on their own. So I've die cut that from some raspberry cardstock and some black licorice cardstock. And then for the little stem part, we're going to cut that from some cilantro cardstock, and I love these colors together. So I went ahead and die cut all of my pieces first, and then assembly line style, I'm going to attach all of these. So add a little liquid glue and then layer that right onto the black piece, and you'll see that's going to color in the little seeds on the strawberry. And then we can continue to repeat the same thing with all of the different strawberries. And then we can add those little green tops on top, and I just think it looks so cute. I just love making these. I don't know why, it just makes me smile every time I put together these tiny little strawberries. Now, to add some detail to this card, I'm going to be doing some white gel pen marks. Now, white gel pen marks for some reason always intimidate me, so I've been practicing by looking at the way my friends do them, kind of practicing how they do them, and now I'm starting to get a little more confident with them, and I've been starting to do them on my own too. So that's a really great way to practice a new technique. Take a look at a card that your friend has made and just practice doing the gel pens just like she did, and then you can try doing your own version later. So in this case, I'm practicing the way Megan did them, and she added white gel pen marks into all of the little seeds and around the edges of the little strawberries and onto the little stems as well. And I think it gives it this really cute cartoon look. I'm going to add some little liquid glue behind that strawberry, and then we're going to layer that, tucking that right into the slit that the die created for us. And you'll see what a cute look that is. I want to frame this strawberry up with that square frame, but I wasn't quite sure how high to make my ground. So I've got some wood grain cardstock there, and I'm going to lay that cupcake die in there and then put that ground in until I think it looks nice. Once I've got that in perfect placement, I'm going to make a little tick mark, and then we can just trim off any of the excess. Then we can start to layer this on there. So I'm going to add some liquid glue around the bottom part of the frame and then layer the ground in there, and then we can layer that entire thing onto the vellum piece. And I really like the vellum on top of the pattern paper. It just makes it really soft and really pretty. So if you have a pattern paper that's a little too bold, add a little vellum over it and it's going to be the perfect look for the project. So there I'm going to add some foam squares to that cupcake, and we're also going to do the same thing with the strawberries. So I'm going to layer one with liquid glue onto the cupcake base, and then the other one I'll add on with some foam squares. And then for a little extra detail, we're going to take these little heart pieces. These are meant to go in sequence, but they're really cute as kind of confetti on a card, or almost like you were adding sequins to a card. So I'm just going to take out some of the red ones out of there, and then we can add some liquid glue to the back and layer those onto the card. So we're going to have them both on the cupcake and off the cupcake, and we'll do 3 of them, and it's going to look really cute. I really think it adds just that little finishing touch, like there's little sprinkles all over the card. Next, we'll add some foam tape to the back of this whole thing so that we can pop it up off of that background. I just love foam squares. I think I put them on everything, probably a little bit too much, but it always looks so nice. And then for the sentiment, we're going to do a mix of die cutting and stamping. So I'm going to take out my Hello border die here. We're going to die cut that from the same colors of cardstock. So that's going to be raspberry and ballet slippers. And then I'm going to take a sentiment banner die and die cut some peacock cardstock, which is the color of the cardstock behind that quilted backdrop. So we're going to die cut that and do some stamping. So I went through my stamp sets and tried to find a cute pun to go with the strawberries. And the Sweet Friend stamp sets has this really cute "You're the Berry Best," which is absolutely adorable. So I'm going to line those two pieces up together and pick it up with my block. And then we're going to use some clear embossing ink here. So we're going to get that onto the stamp and stamp that right onto that banner. Then we can sprinkle on some heat embossing powder, and we're going to use some white heat embossing powder, and then just heat that up with the heat tool. And that's going to be a nice, bright, white, shiny sentiment that's going to go along with that white square frame that we added to the card. We're going to take that banner and layer it onto the card base with some tape runner, and then we can go ahead and trim off any of the excess. For the die cut part of the sentiment, we're going to be doing something kind of cool. We're going to layer them offset from each other. And I loved how Megan did this, and I can't wait to try this with other word die cuts. So I'm going to layer on the lightest color one with some little liquid glue there. And then we'll add some liquid glue to the darker one, and we're going to lay that but offset it just slightly to the right. So you'll see there I'm making sure that I see a little bit of the pink there to the left of the hello, and also some of the light pink underneath the tail of the hello. And I think it looks so pretty, and it really makes it stand out from that busy background of the card. Now to finish up that sentiment, we're going to take another strawberry and lay that right over the edge of the hello border. And then we'll add some more white gel pen lines just to tie everything in together. So we're going to follow the curves of the words and just add some white gel pen shine marks around those curves. And we'll do the same thing to the banner with the stamp sentiment, and also onto the cardstock there that's the ground, our wood grain cardstock. And that's going to tie everything in together with those white gel pen lines. For a little extra finishing touch, I'm taking some glitter stickles here, and we're adding that to the frosting, and it's going to make it look kind of sparkly and sugary and so pretty. So I'm just tracing the outside parts of the die cut and also the little slits in the die cut as well. Now here is a standard size card base at 5.5 by 4.25. We're going to add some tape runner to that card base, and then we can layer this whole panel on top. And the card is all done. I had so much fun making this card. It's almost a completely die cut card except for the bottom part of the sentiment. And I love the idea of adding details to die cuts with white gel pen and with a little glitter as well. It's just so pretty and so much fun. The next card is a nice quick and easy card that you could easily mass produce a bunch of. So here we have some sugar plum cardstock, and we're going to run it through the die cut machine with the stitched speech bubble backdrop. And then we're going to take that whole backdrop and add that to a standard size card at 5.5 by 4.25. And I just love this backdrop. It's so pretty. It's just a little extra subtle texture. Now here we've used the outside-in stitched speech bubbles to die cut some mermaid cardstock. We used the smaller one, and here is an oldie but a goodie. This is Smitty's ABCs, one of my favorite alphabets that we have, and we're going to stamp out a custom sentiment that says, "You're so sweet." Now here you'll notice we only had one capital E, so we just left a little space, and we're going to stamp the rest of the sentiment just like that. Then next up, we're going to work on die cutting. So we've die cut some pieces here from the Stitched Cupcake, but the cool thing about this die is it works really well with our I Scream, You Scream stamp set that came out, which is so adorable. So we use the little sprinkles from that set and we layered them onto the cupcake. So you can mix and match the elements, like using the strawberry from the cupcake with the ice cream, etc. So it's really fun to mix and match these for some cute, sweet treats. Now that we have those sprinkles die cut, we're going to layer the cupcake top there onto the cupcake wrapper. And then we can add a little extra detail by adding in a little cute heart die cut, and I think that looks absolutely adorable on the cupcake. Next, we'll add some foam squares to the back of this whole die cut piece and some foam squares to the back of our sentiment bubble too, and we're going to layer those right onto the card. Super quick and super easy. Now to add a little extra sparkle and shine, we're going to take out some sequins and lay them around the card. Once we have the perfect placement, we're going to take our liquid glue, add a little drop, and then add that sequin right back on top. And you'll see that these little sequins just add a little extra sparkle and shine. You could even use some little liquid pearls or Nouveau drops or stickles. All sorts of things would look super cute on this. And this quick and easy card is all done. It's almost all die cut but the sentiment. And I love that you can make a ton of these and really just surprise someone this summer with a really cute and happy card. So next up we have some gorgeous cards by the design team, and this card by Audrey is so beautiful. That watercolor background is so sweet, and I love that she added a totally awesome frog to the cupcake. Here, this card by Elise is so fun. I love the rainbow frosting, absolutely adorable, and making a long card is so cool. I can't wait to make one just like this. I love that glitter on top too. This card by Letitia is so cute and fun. I love her color palette and how she put those cute little hats all around. It's perfect for a birthday card. And then this is the card by Megan that inspired us to make our card today. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I love how Melissa incorporated the die cut stitch cupcake into her layout. It goes so perfectly with her cute photos. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with the new Stitch Cupcake die, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!